Hello children. Today we are going to talk about respiration in plants. So we have already spoken about some of the basic things in plants. We have already talked about nutrition in plants, isn't it? Yes. So we have already talked about photosynthesis also. Yes. So what is meant by photosynthesis? It is a process of plants. They can prepare their own food with the help of sunlight, water. So what is meant by photosynthesis? The plants need energy. Okay, the energy which plants use in the sunlight energy, and the reaction is photosynthesis. Means the plants are preparing their own food with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide. Understood? That process is known as photosynthesis. Okay, during photosynthesis, what are the raw materials they are using for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide and light energy, means sunlight. And what are the end products we are getting during photosynthesis? Oxygen plus energy. Understood? So plants are called as autotrophs. Now, what what? So can you able to tell the reaction of photosynthesis is chemical equations. What are the things? Carbon dioxide plus water with the help of sunlight, chlorophyll. Plants will prepare their own food. Okay, that is glucose plus oxygen. Understood? So this is a photosynthesis equation. So if we are going to write in the word equation, we can write like this: 6CO2 plus 12H2O plus sunlight, chlorophyll, C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. This is a word equation. Sorry, this is a chemical equations. Okay, this is a word equation, this is a chemical equation. Okay, now, so here photosynthesis. So we read up very clearly in the chapter nutrition. So now I am not going to discuss with that. We are going to discuss now respiration in plant. Okay. So in the plants, gaseous exchange takes place through diffusion. So what is the meaning of diffusion? So already I told you, we know that this diffusion is a process which particles move from one medium to another medium such that in always move from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Understood? So that is called as diffusion. Okay. Now, so here also the gaseous exchange will takes place by diffusion. Okay. So in the plants, respiration will take place by through diffusion. So for example, we take the gas carbon dioxide. Okay, if you are taking carbon dioxide, it will move or it will get transfer from one out to inside the external environment. Okay, is higher than internal environment of the plants. For example, now I am going to take carbon dioxide. It is going very highly and okay, very high concentration to the lower concentration level. Okay, so based on that, Based on that, we can say that two differences in the concentration of gaseous exchange will take place. What are the two gases or get exchanged? Here two gases mean, that is, one is carbon dioxide, another one is oxygen. Yes or no? Plants are taking carbon dioxide and they are preparing and they are releasing oxygen. So in this diffusion we are having two gases exchange. Okay, gaseous exchange will have takes place in this diffusion, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen. Okay, so we have seen in the process of photosynthesis is all those things, yes or no? So okay, what happens in the photosynthesis? We see that the carbon dioxide is a gas which is need for photosynthesis, right? Yes, so we have the exchange of carbon dioxide have to take place, and that's at the same time oxygen gas was released. So it will take carbon dioxide and it will release the oxygen. So oxygen was a byproduct. So oxygen was thrown out of the plant. Okay, it is a byproduct of the photosynthesis. So this is a, with the help of this we are using, it's a end product. Okay, this is a raw material we are using for the photosynthesis as a carbon dioxide, and we are getting as a end product oxygen. Okay, so again respiration we saw that oxygen is utilized, so the plants needed to intake oxygen. Okay, so here one small difference. Photosynthesis they are taking the carbon dioxide, but the respiration they are taking oxygen. Understood? So plants need to intake little amount of oxygen also, and carbon dioxide will produces as a byproduct which thrown out. So it is a reverse. So photosynthesis we are going to take carbon dioxide, oxygen is releasing. Okay, but respiration we are going to take oxygen and carbon dioxide is released. Okay. So these are the two gases involved in the plants during the process of photosynthesis. Okay, and so these two gases are exchanged. Okay, they are exchanged. So now the question is, which part of the plant will take place the gaseous exchange? Which part of the plant will take the gaseous exchange? So diffusion takes place to the stomata, lenticels, root surface. So everybody know about very clearly about stomata. Okay, so what is mean by stomata? These are the tiny pores present in the upper epidermis of the leaf. Sorry, lower epidermis of the leaf. Okay, with the two god cells, chloroplast, two god cells, chloroplast. Okay, present. This is structure of stomata. This will be present the upper lower portion of the leaf. Okay, with the help of this also diffusion takes place, means respiration takes place in the plants. And next one is lenticels. What is mean by lenticels, children? So we can see that bark of tree, we can see that small hole like structure. If you observe carefully we can get it. Okay, so these are the post tissue which large interstellar spaces. Okay, we can see on the bark of tree pore like structure. I think you would have to seen in the old trees in your locality, isn't it? Yes. If you don't know, once you go there and you check the bark of the tree, then you get know that. Okay. So these kind of pores are called lenticels. So these kind of pores are called lenticels. Actually, they are not pores. it is a tissue. It is not a pore like this. Pore means what? Hole, no? It is not a pore, but it is a tissue. Okay, so the tissue which present pore like structure is called lenticel. Understood? It is otherwise known as porous tissue. What is that? Porous, because it pore like structure, no? That's why it is called as porous tissue. Understood? Okay. Next, what is meant by root surface? Root surface means what? Everybody knows this is a root surface, no? Yes. So it also happen to the root hairs or direct because contact with the soil, and soil also enriched with gas like oxygen. Okay, it is not a direct contact. Okay, it is a down portion. Okay, it will be contact with the soil, and soils are having lot of minerals and so many things, water, minerals, and soil also having oxygen. Okay, so with the help of this root hairs also, root surface also, they can exchange the gases. Okay, so the root hair seems being direct contact oxygen in the soil. Okay, but here most of the respiration will take place with the help of lenticels and the stomata. Okay, root has only little percentage. Understood, children? Okay. However, we have three main parts are involving in the respiration. Yes or no? Yes. But the most of the exchange takes place in the stomata. Okay. Now let us see about how the direction of diffusion takes place. Okay. So the direction of diffusion depends upon two things. Okay. Two main things, that is environmental conditions and requirements of the plants. These are the two main types of direction of diffusion. Okay, so now these two main process which takes place in the plants with the help of two processes. That is, one is photosynthesis, another one is respiration. Okay, so now what happens during photosynthesis? If need, during photosynthesis, what other things will happen? See, carbon dioxide plus water gives C6H12O6 plus O2 plus energy. So this is a photosynthesis equation. Okay, so what will happen in the respiration? C6H12O6 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O plus E. Okay, so I balance the equation. Okay, so these are the two equations. One is for photosynthesis, one is for respiration. Okay, so here the product of photosynthesis utilized by the respiration. The product of photosynthesis utilized by the respiration. Yes or no? So the product of photosynthesis, oxygen. The product of photosynthesis, oxygen. Okay. Similarly, the product of respiration is carbon dioxide. Yes or no? Product of photosynthesis, oxygen. Product of, so the product of respiration is carbon dioxide, and the product of photosynthesis, oxygen. Okay. So now we can say that the product of photosynthesis utilized by respiration is equal to the product of respiration is utilized by photosynthesis. Okay, so the product of photosynthesis utilized by respiration is equal to the product of respiration is utilized by photosynthesis. Like that we can say. Okay. Okay. Now the question is, does these two processes keep happening inside the plants in 24 hours? Now we have problem. Yes. Okay. So the photosynthesis needs light, so it will be happening in the daytime. Yes or no? It will be happening in the daytime. Okay. But respiration will happen both day and time, the day and night. Okay, children. So here the respiration is happening 24 hours, but the photosynthesis is happening only daytime. Okay. So daytime respiration and day and night we can see the respiration. Okay, daytime only photosynthesis. In the respiration we can see that day and night. Okay. Okay. So here the respiration, what I told you, carbon dioxide is a byproduct. Sorry, initial product. Here oxygen. Okay. Respiration, and this is a photosynthesis. This is a respiration. Okay, children. So here 2 to 3 or during the daytime photosynthesis will happen very fast. That means compared to carbon dioxide, the plants will release oxygen more during daytime. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So now net product of carbon dioxide is more. Net product of carbon dioxide is more. Then what will be the plants do with oxygen? They will throw out outside. They'll throw out. They don't want oxygen. Okay. Yes. That means during the daytime photosynthesis will produce oxygen. Okay. But it will be produce more oxygen than required by respiration. Okay, plants don't want that much respiration, only very less they need, because they are doing in the daytime and nighttime. Nighttime only it will be more respiration. But we need oxygen, yes or no? Yes. So the plants are um, releasing more oxygen, okay, to the environment. Okay. Now, during daytime, carbon dioxide will taken in and oxygen will be given out. At night, no sunlight we have, so that no photosynthesis will happen. Okay, at night what? No photosynthesis will happen. Okay, but that respiration will takes place in the night time. Okay, children. So, now, what happens in respiration during night time? So this respiration will utilize oxygen and it will be produced carbon dioxide, reverse. Okay, so this extra carbon dioxide is diffused to the environment at night time. So daytime oxygen is more. Okay, during night time what happened? Respiration is taking place. Night time only respiration will take place more. By the time this respiration will utilize oxygen and it will produce carbon dioxide. So this extra carbon dioxide is diffused to the environment at night time. So now you understood about the direction of diffusion takes place environmental conditions. Okay, whether day or night, the direction of diffusion takes place. Okay. Now, there two things are recommended for the plants to do the photosynthesis. So, photosynthesis. What are the two main things? The plants need more and more carbon dioxide. If the plants want to do respiration, they need oxygen. These are the two main things. Okay, so during daytime, requirements of the plants during daytime, they are releasing more carbon dioxide. Okay, and during respiration, night time, what happened? Carbon dioxide. That time it will diffuse with the in the environment. Okay, so we need the plants need more and more carbon dioxide. If the plants want to do a respiration, they need oxygen also. Clear? Okay, good. So now what will happen? Differences between day and night. Okay, So now we are going to see what will happen the differences between day and night. Okay, so during daytime what will happen, during night time what will happen. So daytime we can see the sunlight, yes or no? Yes. And night time we can see the moon. Okay, so here the movement of oxygen from the plants to the atmosphere, because during the daytime photosynthesis and respiration occurs. So the movement of oxygen from the plants to the atmosphere, because during the daytime photosynthesis and respiration takes place. Okay, and here we don't have no photosynthesis, no photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis. Why? Because it is a night time. No, no sunlight, so the plants cannot prepare their own food. Okay, only respiration will takes place. Okay, so during day and night time, what will happen in the environment? Okay, everybody understood? Okay. Okay, so still now we talked about respiration in plants, isn't it? Yes. Now let us talk about how respiration takes place in aquatic animals. Okay, aquatic animals means like fishes, sharks, blue whale, etc. So blue whale is different, children. So I'm telling only aquatic animals like fishes. Okay. So aquatic animals breathe in oxygen dissolved in water. So already the oxygen is present inside the water. It is dissolved, not gaseous state. Okay, dissolved with water, and the dissolved oxygen only they are taking in. Okay, and rate of breathing of aquatic animals in higher than the terrestrial ones. So we are breathing no more than compared to that, the aquatic organisms are breathing very fast. Okay, so with the help of gills, they have gills. Fishes are have gills for absorption of oxygen. Okay, and the gills are filament like structures present inside the gills. Here the absorption of oxygen will increase. Okay, so they are live in water. They have 4 gills enclosed in gill chamber. So you can see this side and that side also. Okay, gill chamber. Okay, and it lies on either side of the head. Near the head, two side, left and right side, we have a pairs of gills. Okay, and fish use gills for the exchange of gases dissolved in water. Don't forget the dissolved in water. Therefore, gills are the respiratory organs of the fish. So, what is the respiratory organs of the fish? Gills are the respiratory organs of the fish. Okay. So, now to get oxygen dissolved in water, fish glug water through the mouth and pump it over the to the gills. It will take from the mouth and it will send in the gills. This water passes into the gill chamber through gill slits. Okay, here lot of small, if you see fish, you can see that a lot of spongy like structure, pore like structure only this is. Okay, in each chamber the water passes over the gill filaments. So see this one, filaments, you can see that very spongy and little hard, but spongy and porous. Okay, they absorb oxygen from the water and replace it with carbon dioxide. The water then passes out through the gills opening and the process is repeated. It is taking through the mouth and it will not send again mouth side. It will send through the gill side. Okay, so like that here respiration is taking place in the aquatic organisms. Okay, now we can see about, see this is earthworm. Okay, farmer's friend. Okay, farmer's friend, and how it will breathe we'll see that. So These earthworms are not having lungs, okay, but they are breathing with the help of their moist skin. Okay, moist skin means wet skin. Okay, so the earthworm breathes through its skin. The skin of earthworm is quite thin and moist. It will be very nice, very thin. So here it will be the gaseous exchange will pass to the skin of earthworm. Okay, the skin of earthworm has good blood supply. Is having a, so you can see that, no? Yes. So the earthworm absorbs the oxygen, okay, needed for respiration through its thin and moist skin. Okay, this oxygen is then transported to all the cells of the body by its blood, where it is used in respiration. Okay, they will use for the energy for movement or some other activity. Okay, by the time the carbon dioxide produced during respiration, it carried back by the blood. Okay, and the carbon dioxide is expelled from the body of the earthworm through its skin. So with the help of the skin only, here earthworms are respiring. Okay, so respiration is happen in the earthworm through skin. Okay, with the help of moist skin and thin and moist skin. Okay, okay, what is this? This animal. Okay, it's a frog, no? Everybody know what it is. It's an amphibian. Why it is called as amphibian? Because it will live in the water and land. Okay, but it is having two kinds of respiratory organs. One is moisture skin, another one is pair of lung. Oh, it is having a lung. Okay, so with the help of that, it is respiring. Okay, frogs are respiring with the help of lungs as well as through skin. Okay, so the water system is a insects. Okay, this is spiracles. Insects means what that cockroach. Okay, and mosquitoes. That are okay. So the insects have a system of tiny air tubes called tracheae. Okay, these are the tracheae, tiny air spaces. Okay, the help of this tracheae. Okay, it will that spiracles open. Okay, opening called spiracles. The trachea leads to opening the spiracles. Okay, the spiracles can open or close to control the ventilation or aspiration. The spiracles are there. Oh, see, this is a trachea. Okay, these are the spiracles. See here the opening. Okay, so it will open and close. Okay, for the respiration. So air is taken through the opening to different parts of the body. Okay, so air is taken through this opening and it will take the different parts of body for their energy. Okay, and they will release like that only. So insects that need more oxygen have developed a mechanism that pumps air in and out of their body. Next time you see any angry wasp, look more closely and watch for the pumping movement of the abdomen. Okay, these muscular contractions expel air from the trachea and the air sacs. Inspiration automatically follows. So if any insects, if you get, you see the abdomen. Abdomen means what? Stomach portion. Okay, you see that how the respiration is takes place. Okay, so till now we read about the life processes respiration. Okay, we read about respiration takes place in the human body. Okay, and we read about the plants. So here the during night carbon dioxide diffuses out from the plants to the environment, and during the daytime oxygen diffuses from plants to the environment, and exchange of gases between plants and environment occur through stomata, lenticels, root hairs, and internal transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide occur through the intercellular space in the plant tissue. And we read about the uh, fish. Okay, how they are breathing with the help of gills. And earthworm and frog, they are using their skin, moist skin, as well as lungs. And insects are breathing with the help of tracheae. Understood? I hope all understood this topic. Thank you.